Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Sundays with Sully. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the like, share, subscribe button, whatever platform you're watching it on YouTube or Instagram, to stay up to date with the latest marine tip, techs, and trends. All right, that's out of the way. What are we talking about today, guys? Today, we're talking about some of the tools that are available to us online and online configuring tools. As it's winter time here in New England, maybe you're thinking about some winter projects for your boat and you're kind of having a hard time visualizing just how those things are going to look and how they're going to work and look and all that good stuff. So that is where Lumishore comes in. So if I do my editing right over here, we're going to see this is Lumishore's homepage. When you come to it, in the top left-hand side, you're going to see a menu icon. If we go to menu, you're going to see the configurator button right there. We go ahead, we click on that, and it's going to ask, are we in a leisure marine or a super yacht? So let's go to leisure marine. Now that's going to bring up a whole slew of different boat options here. As you see, as we scroll through, we have, from the simple 21-foot bass boat to your wake boats, smaller center consoles, mid-range center consoles, sport boats, go fast, sailboats, sport fish, flybridge, and well, you get the idea. There's a whole lot of boats there. So just for, conversation's sake here, let's go back and let's do the 37-foot center console. So as we go in there, we click on the start button right there for that. And when we go in, let's see if we can get that to load up. There we go. It's going to come in and give us like I said, it's just a generic view, but it gives you an idea. If you look on the side here, it says transom and aft sides. These are our light locations. So come in here, we click on transom, we say choose a light. Now we're going to get the full array of lights that they would recommend for this install, for this size boat. And it's from as simple as the SMX 11s all the way up to a TIX, which is their through hull 403 light. So on a typical install like this, what we would do is the SMX 153, that's the full RGB color tunability with it. And now it's going to ask us how many of those lights. And again, on a 37, we would do 3 to 4 lights. Depends, again, what you're looking for with it. But let's go ahead and let's just say we're going to do 4 lights, and bam, right there. Now you're going to get a nice view of what kind of a light spread you're looking at with those 4 lights. And we can come in here and change it and say we want green for that. And we can, just as simple as that. And then we can say, what does that look like with 2? Well, now you can see what the difference is there just by changing the number of lights for that. And then now becoming even more and more common as we do a lot of these install, and that is the aft lights. Now we come in here, we choose an aft light. They're going to recommend a through hull light and not a surface mount like the 153s. Now part of the reason for doing that is now they're going to be on the side, or as we do a lot of them on the bottom of a boat, there's a lot more water pressure coming across there. So we want to have a little redundancy and safety built in there. So that's why you see these lights here, and you see that they're offering a couple of different options, but we want to stay with that RGB. So that would be the 403 light. And we're going to do 2 of those right there. And now you can see coming up in a separate color, you kind of see what that color spread and that color pattern looks like on there. And now a nice feature they allow you to do to kind of really tweak and get a better visual feel for it is if we go to the customizer button on the top right side, and you'll notice that there's dots all the way around the boat. And you'll see that those green dots right there, and let's see if we can kind of zoom it in a little bit. You'll see that that's where they have placed the lighting, and that's, obviously between the motors and on the transom corners. Now, what I have found personally is I have better success with this side lighting for the boat. If we move them further forward on the boat, it just gets a little better light spread all the way around. So let's take where that purple dot is, and let's go ahead and let's move it up to there. And you'll see as I moved it up, it's going to match it on both sides. We say done. It's going to reconfigure. Now you see how it's spread that light further forward. You see that it does allow for a little bit of a gap there between the transom and the sides, but if we make them both the same color, as we choose on the wheel here, you'll notice it's not nearly as noticeable. But what you will notice from this view, or if we just hit the swipe to rotate button here, the 403 is a brighter light. So you're actually getting more light spread, more lumens out there for that. And that's the nice thing with this configurator. You can just go ahead and have it rotate for you. You can hide the sidebar, so you can get a really nice view. And you can go through there and do that, as you saw, with any number of boats. So that is Lumishore. It's available. Just go online, click around, play with it, get a feel for what that lighting is going to look like. Also, another thing that we are going to be featuring a little bit more of here in the future is this right here. That's Harbormoor. That's Harbormoor.com. And that's where you're going to be able to kind of get in and look at some of our previous projects, find it a little easier if you're looking for a certain past project instead of trying to scroll through YouTube or Instagram to find one of our previous projects. This is another place you can go, and it's not just for our projects, but if there's interior design on here, there's a bunch of other stuff on here. Very searchable, very easy. If you look, there's, you know, interiors, there's lightings, there's consoles, engine rooms, restorations, all of those things on there, and you can just kind of click on any of these different things. And as you see, as we scroll through here, there's a bunch of different ones. Obviously, we're right there as well. So if you guys are looking for other things to do, or maybe you want to add your own boat in your own project, or maybe you want to leave a review for us here, go ahead, check it out, sign up, get yourself set up. Harbormoor.com. You're going to be seeing a lot more of those guys here real soon as this continues to grow. But it's just another avenue for you. Think of it, I guess, I've never been on Pinterest, but people tell me it's like Pinterest or House, if you do houses and house restoration and figuring out what you want your living room to look like. Same kind of vibe, kind of a feel to it, I'm told. I haven't been to either one of those, but this allows you to kind of get in there and check it all out. So it's just another really cool feature out there for you guys, especially if you're in New England and you're thinking about boating and you're thinking about spring of 22 and getting out on the water. Definitely a site worth checking out. So that's it. That is this week's Sundays with Sully. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you found it helpful. Maybe, who knows, you go figure out Harbormoor and check that all out, or Lumishore and their online configurator. And next week, we're going to be talking solar panels. Here's a different change. I actually know what we're talking about next week, guys. Solar panel install, some of the things to think about, and some tips on how to install it a little easier for you guys. So that's it. That's this week's Sundays with Sully. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, guys. Peace.